Hi everyone. So today we're going to talk about how you handle money actually shows how much you love yourself. Yes, right? Would you believe me if I told you that your bank statement actually tells a story, not just of your spending, but of how much you value yourself? Not in the size of your income, but in the choices that you make, the boundaries that you set, and the dreams that you invest in. I'm not talking about wealth for show off. No, I'm talking about freedom, financial freedom, peace, emotional security. In today's video, we'll be talking about a kind of self care that is not often spoken about. I'm talking about financial self-care. It's not the usual bubble baths, the spa dates, the manicures, the pedicures, all of that glam. It is about budgets, boundaries, and bold decisions that say, I deserve better, not just emotionally, but financially. So this video is for the woman or anyone who is done with just surviving and is ready to thrive. It's time to treat your finances like your well-being depends on it, because honestly, it does. So let's get into it. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. My name is Bridget. Welcome to Bridge Tribe. On this channel, we talk about finances, we talk about intentional parenting, we talk about healthy lifestyle, we talk about setting up your children for generational wealth. So if this is your first time seeing me on your screen, please, I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell, like this video, comment on this video, and send this video to someone who you think will benefit from this. Right now, taking care of your finances is just as important as taking care of your physical and mental health. In fact, you realize that most mental health conversation, most breakdown in marriages are tied to finances. Financial stress can impact every area of your life, from your relationship to your overall well-being. And I'm sure you agree with me that when money is in chaos, right, your peace of mind is also in chaos. This is why we'll be exploring what financial self-care is, the signs that you need, and also provide practical tips for you getting your finances back on track. So let's talk. First, let's start with what is financial self-care and why does this matter? Financial self-care is more than budgeting and saving money. It's about creating a healthy relationship with money and the practice of handling your money in ways that support your mental, emotional, and future well-being. Financial self-care is the gentle art of paying attention, of no longer spending out of guilt, boredom, or burnout. It's about setting up a system that lets you breathe even when life throws curveballs at you. Financial self-care is the gentle art of paying attention, of no longer spending out of guilt, boredom, or burnout. It's about setting up a system that lets you breathe even when life throws curveballs at you. Let me tell you a season of when I was really struggling with my finances, and you notice that mentally, emotionally, I would, even just snap at my children just because I was going through financial stress. Now, I felt powerless, frustrated, depressed, living in fear of how I was going to balance my financial life. Financial self-care is the opposite of everything I just spoke about. It's reclaiming your power slowly and kindly. I know, because now that I am in control and at peace with my finances, there's a certain peace of mind and relief that comes with it. Now, there are signs that you may need financial self-care. 1, If you're living from paycheck to paycheck, right, struggling to make ends meet and feeling anxious about money, then you definitely need financial self-care. If you dread checking your account balance, it's a reminder of the errors of your financial ways. You avoid financial tax, you put off bill payments, you forget to budget, you spend money emotionally to feel better or out of guilt. You have no idea where your money goes each month. You don't track your spending, you overspend, you regularly spend more than you can afford, or worse, you accumulate debt. If you feel anxious or stressed out about money talks, and it impacts your mental health and well-being. If you're not saving for the future, you neglect to build an emergency fund or save for long-term goals. Now, this isn't a shame list. It's just a gentle mirror to help you better understand and have a clearer perspective of what your financial situation is. Now, money and self-worth, the deep connection between both, right? One thing most people don't know is that your attitude to money is connected to your self-worth or to your self-perception. It's simple. You teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. And money is often a loud reflection of how we see ourselves and what we believe we deserve. If you're always saving others but never saving yourself, or if you struggle to invest in your dreams but easily spend on other emergency, that's not generosity. It's a boundary issue, a poor self-value issue. Furthermore, when it comes to finances, we don't just manage money, we also manage the emotions wrapped around it. In this case, right, financial self-care includes unlearning certain emotional scripts, right? So we can rewrite new ones rooted in peace, in vision, and in growth. This produces a financial self-worth, which shows up in your spending patterns, in your ability to say no, and in giving yourself the future with respect to your plans, right? Practical financial self-care habits that you can start now. Now, I'll be sharing practical self-care habits that you can start now. Number one is awareness. Understand where your money is going and what your financial goals are. You can have a weekly money date with yourself. Set aside 20 minutes in a week and, play music, but use that time to check in on your finances. There's no shame in that. It just helps you create awareness, helping you understand where you are, right? Number two is prioritization. Identify what's most important to you and allocate resources accordingly. You can create an emergency fund or a freedom fund just for you. Start small, no matter how small it is. It can just be $100 a week. It's a fund, for joy, for options, for emergency, for you to have peace of mind. Number three is mindful spending. Distinguish the needs over wants and make intentional purchasing decisions that align with your values and your goal. Also, know your flow. Track your inflow and your outflow. Not just income versus expenses, but your emotional patterns around money. What days do you overspend? What triggers you to overspend? And so on and so forth. Number three will be detach what from wealth, right? You're not just your paycheck, but you're not your debt. You're not your past choices. All that matters is that you're building forward and that you're taking accountability and responsibility. So do not judge yourself so hard for the bad decisions you've made in the past. Acknowledge them, identify them, and move past it. Okay? Next is self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding when you make financial mistakes. You'll get a hang of it soon enough, if you keep at it. So don't Don't be too hard on yourself when these mistakes happen. Cultivate a financial resilience, right? Develop a long-term perspective and prepare for unexpected expenses. Next is learn before you leap, right? If you're thinking of a business, side hustle, investment, pause and learn about it. Don't rush in. Seek financial education and read books. Take online courses to improve yourself. Find a mentor. Confidence is rooted in clarity. Be clear of your goals and and make sure that these strategies or the investments that you're trying to embark in makes financial sense and has legal backends. Okay? Next is support. Find a financial body that or a mentor that you can share your financial goals with and progress, or that you could consult a financial advisor or financial professional, that can help hold your hands as you navigate. Just ensure that you're around or you surround yourself with people who support and encourage your financial goals. Yeah. By incorporating these practices into your daily life, you reduce unnecessary financial stress and you build a more financial future for yourself. Okay? Now, let's talk about financial mindset shifts for your financial self-care. True and lasting changes starts on the inside, right? Otherwise, the situation will just revert and you'll be painfully back to square one. This is why, in order for you to sustain and succeed with financial self-care habits, with the financial self-care habits that I just shared, it's essential that you first have the right mindset, right? It's also important that you view money as a tool, as a means to an end, a means to achieve your goals rather than an end in itself. Okay? Now, overall, make sure you start small. Begin with small, achievable steps towards your financial self-care. Number 2, celebrate your progress. Acknowledge and celebrate your financial wins, right? Next, be patient with yourself. Financial self-care is a journey. Progress may be slow, but it's definitely worth it. Now, on a final note, you need to understand that financial self-care is not just about money, but it's about living a life that aligns with your values and priorities so as to live an intentional, stress-free life, right? The good thing is financial self-care is a journey, not a destination. Money doesn't have to be a source of fear, of shame, or constant stress. It can be a soft place of landing, a landing tool for you that works for you, not a master that you serve. Okay? So, lastly, financial self-care is an act of self-respect. It says, I am worth the effort, I am worth the structure, I am worth the future I am building. So don't wait for the perfect moment to start taking care of your finances. Start where you are right now with what you have and watch your financial situation improve over time as you take intentional steps. Now, to recap everything that we've learned today, or that we've spoken about today, I'm going to break it down. First, we talked about financial self-care, and we said that this is about your emotional peace and not just your financial success. Next, we talked about financial self-care. It's a journey, not a destination. We talked about your money mirroring your mindset, and I said you have to watch it kindly. Self-worth shows up in how you handle money, right? Small, gentle habits can create lifelong changes, and you're not behind, you're building, and that, my friend, it's so powerful. Okay? If this video spoke to you, share it with someone and tell me in the comment what's one act of financial self-care that you would start this week. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more videos, right? And conversations that empower you well to live well inside and outside. And until next time, remember to be intentional in your parenting, you're living your lifestyle, your healthy lifestyle, and building wealth. Bye. Come and fly.